Broad strokes, content is a low-hanging fruit when it comes to leveraging AI, and there's lots of content tools, but again, AI is not a strategy, AI is a tool. Aby Varma. I am a lifelong marketer. Although the early part of my career, I started off in sales, spent a little bit of time. I was actually a developer and led a development team for half a decade, I would say. But, and then marketing throughout, that was sort of my calling, if you will. But I believe that, my experiences have sort of made my marketing experiences richer, along the way. So really fortunate to have that opportunity to be in sales and development and now in marketing helps me be closer to sales and product organizations and just be a more effective marketer. I almost joke about it. I almost feel that marketing people there should be like a 2 year sales draft, if you will, which would allow marketing people to be much more, effective at what they do. But yeah, so been on the brand side, and then last year and a half, caught the AI bug, and now help work with marketing organizations, CMO CEOs to really transform their marketing with AI, really fusing brand, story, digital, and AI in helping that brand grow in terms of sort of threefold philosophy of making sure that when brands look at marketing, they don't forget the foundational principles of marketing, right? I said it a little bit earlier where I want to make sure that to really have sound marketing, you need to make sure you remain aligned to your product and your sales organization. That is super essential, looking outwards and looking inwards, making sure that your brand, your storyline, your creative, and your digital sort of all work in an orchestrated manner. So that's sort of the foundationals of marketing, which we need to make sure that people don't lose sight of. And from an AI standpoint, it is super essential where it's the new shiny object and there's a new tech coming out, every day, more than one every day. For those of us who follow Product Hunt and that sort of thing, lots of new technologies that are coming out for marketing folks. But really my foundational belief and philosophy there is not to lose sight of AI for what? So when I have CMOs and CEOs tell me that, hey, can you help us adopt AI? I ask them that question, hey, AI to do what? So make sure that you don't sort of give into that, cat chasing a laser pointer phenomena and really focus on the value that AI can deliver. So focus on either pain points that the marketing organization is facing and using AI to sort of help mitigate those things, to add value, or looking at opportunities. And it needs to come in the form of either doing things differently, but also doing different things, right? Because AI is a big sort of game changer. So I always tell people not to focus or not to start with technology. Start with the value of what you are trying to achieve, the value to the business, which is either mitigate pain points or leverage opportunity, and then apply AI, the AI lens to that sort of point of view. In terms of challenges, when we work with our customers, we really internalize some of the things that they are facing and hope to solve those things for them. So broad strokes, content is a low-hanging fruit when it comes to leveraging AI, and there's lots of content tools, but again, AI is not a strategy. AI, like you said, is a tool. So what we do with a lot of organizations as we are working through it, especially with regards to content, is make sure that some of the foundationals are in place. So they need to have a content marketing approach. They need to have a content marketing pillars. They need to have an understanding of their ICP, what are the pain points, and then what is the value proposition that they are providing. And those are sort of the raw materials which need to go into just a sound content marketing strategy, AI or not, and making sure that those things are in place. And then you leverage AI to help sort of accelerate that, or research it, or enhance it and improve it. But leveraging AI is not a substitute for lack of any of those elements. So that's an important part that we work with our customers and brands on, in making sure that they understand that AI is not a silver bullet. Similarly with analytics and personalization, that's where, it's not easy. It has never been easy from a personalization standpoint. There are very, very few brands who do it really well, and the amount of level of effort and resources in order to do that is quite high. With AI, certainly there is a lot of opportunity now to making sure that you are personalizing your experience for your customers and prospects for all touch points. That said, it's easier said than done, but what AI will do is will open up sort of the opportunity where you start having almost segments of one where it is so hyper personalized where it can provide the context, or it can provide content along the user journey with the right context based on multiple factors. So there's a lot of AI tools that will do that. And so that's another area which is much more challenging. It has real, risks and guardrails that need to be factored in when it comes to privacy and compliance and those sort of things. So definitely a heavier lift than just Gen AI when it comes to content gen, but certainly another area that brands are trying to, get their head wrapped around, and we're helping them along the way. Korean marketing, first thing I would say that I think be super close to your sales organization and get a very foundational understanding what the company does and who it does it for. And a real life example would be where I was working with one of the clients, and they were an agriculture company, and the creative team came up with this amazing campaign, which is fantastic. But the campaign was showing, apples as sort of the creative focus, and the company did not deal in that crop. They were really dealing with corn. So, perfect example, even though the creative was brilliant, but it sort of missed the mark in terms of what the company was really doing. So, that is something that's advice that I would give to all functions, within marketing, and making sure that stay aligned to sales, stay aligned to business, and go beyond what you were doing. Have a hunger to learn different functions within the organization and ask your question. I used to have a British boss at one point, and he would say SBW in a very sort of British accent, which stood for so bloody what. So it was always like, hey, we think we're going to do this, and this is the outcome. And he would be like, SBW, so bloody what? And we would be like, okay, what's the outcome? What are we trying to achieve? So ask yourselves that as you sort of go along. So that's my advice number one. Stay close to the organization, stay close to the product, and most importantly, stay close to customers. The second thing is the time that we're in is like no other time, and there is definitely a premium on your ability and propensity to learn and adapt. So to me, make change an ally. I think we are in the early stages of what would be a paradigm shift for, forget marketing as a function, but really, work or humanity with just the advent of AI. So to me, I think make sure that you're plugged in. And I know it's really hard if you are, thick in your job to really take time, and your social life to really take time to learn what's happening. Highly recommended, and make sure that you have an open mind and you are constantly learning, adapting yourself. And I think that would really help you in the long term.